Hello, this is Joe from Noncreature. We are finishing up our budget mono series now with the mono black non-creature permanents. So again, that is enchantments, artifacts, and planeswalkers. We are not doing battles because we're not crazy people. Anyway, maybe that's not fair, but this is the third video in the series. Once again, yeah, we're covering those, and the previous video was on instants and sorceries. So if you want to see some mono black instants and sorceries that are budget, definitely go check that out. So mono budget black artifacts. I already gotta get some tea. Serpent Soul Jar. So when this is standard artifact, whenever an elf, again, this is, I guess, Elf Kindred, you'd say no. Elf Kindred, whenever an elf you control dies, exile it with this artifact. So if you tap, pay 2 life, you can cast any exiled card with this artifact. So again, it basically just gives you a way to avoid having to drag things out of the graveyard. This is a second option, only for elves, and I guess also for changelings, right? If you have a bunch of changelings in a deck, this might be worthwhile, but yeah. Anyway, so Altar a Ball. This is another artifact, or adventure. So this is kind of cheating. I feel like I'm cheating a bit when I put these in, but the artifact part of it, once again, you have to cast it as a sorcery first, or you don't have to, you can cast it as a sorcery first, but anyway. Pay 2 and a black, and tap it to return a creature from your graveyard directly to the battlefield. You have to exile a creature you control also, so yeah. Pay 2 and a black and exile a creature to return a creature, which is very nice. Again, if you've got like tokens, if you're making tokens and you want to get like a creature card out of your graveyard and put it back into play, you can do that just like that. Again, since it is an artifact, an artifact ability, you can wait until the last person's end step. And right when they're about to end their turn, you can say, okay, now I do it, right? You don't do it on your turn, you do it right before your turn is about to come up, and that way it's untapped and it doesn't have summoning sickness or anything like that. Also, this doesn't care about mana cost. Okay, that is one of the kind of advantages. It doesn't really say. So yeah, that is one of the advantages of this one, is that even if you are, let's say you sacrifice a 1/1 rat, right? 1/1 rat creature token, you can bring back something that costs, 10 mana, maybe even. Anything you want, really. And that is 10 cents. So I think for 10 cents, that's actually pretty amazing. Finally, Cranial Plating. So this one is it gets into the weeds a bit here, but it's actually a very, very good one. Equip creature, first of all, gets +1 to attack for each artifact you control. Again, if you've got like a treasure deck where you're just making lots and lots of treasures, this is ideal, right? This is almost a must-have if you have an artifact deck or a treasure deck or artifact in general. Okay, what this says is it has equip 1 and 2 black to attach, right? So a lot of people are kind of confused, like, what do you mean? What's the difference between equip and attach? Attach is at instant speed. That's the difference, right? Equip is sorcery speed, means you can only do it during your main phase. You can't do it in the middle of battle. Here, this is actually pretty crazy in Commander. If you're attacking someone with your commander and it gets through, just pay 2 black and give it a huge boost, right? So commander damage, 21, right? So whatever your commander's damage is, plus, yeah, you need this, and this is an artifact, so it gives +1 right away, plus however many artifacts you have, including token artifacts. So you can sneak up on someone and probably do commander damage, you know, kill them with commander damage in one turn fairly easily using this. And it's 2 black for an artifact that is essentially an instant, right? You can put it on anything you want. You don't have to put it on your commander. Anything that's getting through, anything that's doing damage, just throw this on it and boom, for 20 cents, you're doing a lot of extra damage, right? Budget black enchantments. So, budget black staples. Sorry, I got distracted there. Casting the Bones. So this is an older card, and because it's an older card, it has some kind of useful but funky things about it. So, enchant creature, it does not say aura or aura curse. This would say aura curse today. Now it does not. But it does not say aura on it, so it is not considered an aura. So if you look at something like Hope's Charm or Hope Charm, for 1 white, they can usually kill an aura. This isn't an aura. So no luck, right? Even though this is an aura. Yeah, it is, but it doesn't say that, so you can't use it to kill it. So it kind of has protection from things that kill auras just by being really old, which is kind of cheap, but in a good way, I think. Like technicality, kill them with technicalities. Anyway. If enchanted creature is put into a graveyard, draw 3 cards and choose and discard one of those. Right? So if you're about to kill something, or you want to kill something, main phase, throw this 3 mana, throw this on something. When it dies, or you kill it, excuse me, you just get to draw 3 cards and keep 2. Again, with Madness or something like that, where you're getting value out of discard, this is even more useful. But even just drawing 3 cards and keeping 2 of them, already a great deal. Getting a bonus for what you're already going to do, right? If you've got black, you're going to be killing their creatures is what you do, right? Black kills creatures very, very effectively, and so this is a way to just kind of like double down on that and get more value out of that. The synergy on this with black is just like huge. Again, 5 cents, 5 whole cents for this. I think it is very worthwhile. And also just a nice thing where someone's going to think, oh, you know, I've got this, I can counter it. And it doesn't work, you know? Greed. Okay, this is a popular one, but it's so cheap now. Again, a card, one of those cards everyone knows about, but might not know is only 20 cents. So anyway, pay 1 black and 2 life to draw a card. Card draw is one of the main issues you're going to look for in a deck, or that decks will have. Maybe that you don't want to look for in a deck, but a problem you might look for in a deck having. And does not require tapping. Okay, that's the important part right there. It means you can use it as much as you want, right? As long as you have black mana and life to pay, you can keep drawing cards. You probably shouldn't, but you can. You combine with this with something where it's like if you draw a card, they lose 2 life. Hey, every time you're basically paying 2 life to draw a card and for them to lose 2 life. Then just put this in like a life gain deck. You're gaining life, and you don't care, right? It's really about mana then. Then you can draw as many cards as you want. If you have the mana and you have the life, just going crazy, right? Get greedy. Ha ha ha. Anyway, Painful Quandary. This is just a crazy good card. The fact that it's down to $1.58, it got reprinted and fell in price. I believe in Brothers War it was reprinted and the price came way down. So here's another one where people might know it, but probably don't know that it's only $1.58. This even has been climbing in price very quickly the last like 2-3 months. It is going like very steeply up. So I get it while you can, okay? Whenever an opponent casts a spell, that player loses 5 life or discards a card. So if they want to play the game, lose life or discard. Oof. So just like not a popular thing to do, but like a very good thing to do, right? Oof. Just brutal. Anyway. Budget Black Planeswalkers. Okay, first of all, we have Liliana. Kind of hard to avoid Liliana if you're talking Black Planeswalkers, but anyway. Death's Majesty, +1, create a 2/2 zombie and mill 2 cards. Again, maybe some decks you don't want to mill the 2 cards is the only downside of this card, I think. But anyway, if you're playing black, you should be able to get, be using your graveyard as a resource, and then that's when this is actually beneficial. If you've got a lot of ways to like get things back out of your graveyard or use your graveyard or get value from your graveyard, then hey, this is a great thing to have. -3, return a creature to the battlefield from your graveyard. It becomes a zombie. For -3, again, she starts with 5. So on turn 2, she can do this once, and then turn 3, do it again. She would die at that point, but you've got graveyard recursion for your creatures already baked into this one. So this is a great thing to have. And her -7, destroy all non-zombie creatures. Zombie is one of the strongest creature types, or kindred, or whatever. You know what? They're very strong, so it's like you're gonna be killing everything that isn't a zombie, which is probably just your deck, right? You want to have a zombie deck, basically, when you're playing this, and then yeah. As soon as you get this -7, you got the one-sided board wipe where you could just walk in and like kill someone else, right? Wipe them out right off the, or kick him out of the game right away. Budget Black Steeples. I keep reading that part. I don't know why. Anyway, Davriel, Rogue Shadow Mage. So the passive is what I think is really worthwhile, and it is with a very particular deck. Your discard deck is going to love this. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, if they have 1 or fewer cards in hand, he deals 2 damage to them, so that if they don't have cards in hand, they take damage. There are a few cards that do this. If you've got a discard, like I'm building a Tiny Bones right now, it's a discard deck. It's getting, again, you want to get them to discard, you're getting value from the discarding. And the -1, target player discards. Again, it's all about discarded, right? So you are getting double value. You're creating more of what you need, and you're getting more value out of what you're creating. It's that kind of like bonus effect, right? That synergy that you really want to aim for in a deck. He does it. Ob Nixilis Reignited. So the +1, draw a card and lose 1 life. 1 life is worth a card. It is. -3, destroy target creature. Target removal, always nice to have. -8. Again, that's steep. He does start at 5, so -8 isn't too far off. But turn 4, you could be doing this. Target opponent gets an emblem. Now, I've talked about emblems a few times in videos. I think it's one of the strongest things in Magic, because there's nothing you can do, right? There's no counterspell. can't counterspell on him. It's not a spell. Anyway, and once it's made, it's done. Like, that's it. So, if you can get him up to, 8 or higher and activate this, it's over, right? Anyway, whenever a player draws a card, you lose 2 life. You give one of your opponents this emblem. Every time anyone draws a card, they lose life, right? This goes really, really well with just so many other cards. And it's just anyone else playing the game is going to make him die. I guess make them die, but anyway, whatever. Okay, why play Mono Black? Mono Black has many distinct features. Mono Black may have the most targeted removal in the game, especially creatures. If you want to be killing creatures, just non-stop, right? Non-stop. It is also the best at manipulating your graveyard as well as the graveyards of your opponents. So if you want to mess with people's graveyards or use it as a resource, then it's a great, this is the color, really. Blue can a bit with like instants and sorceries, but in general, black is like where you go. It also has strengths in more specific strategies like discard in particular. Yeah, the discard strategies in black, if you do want to play discard, I don't even know what color you'd use besides black. I mean, blue and black, I guess. Dimir might be the only, but yeah, mono black or Dimir is probably what you want to do. Anyway, that brings to an end this whole series. Oh my gosh. This is the first full series I've done, so it's kind of exciting to get it all wrapped up. Anyway, please like and subscribe. Also check out all the other videos, and I will see you guys later. Alright, take it easy. Bye-bye.